Stop chasing. This is Marcel, aka Honey Bunny Sunny, and you know I'm on a mission to make you some money. If this is your first time on my page, welcome. Okay, go ahead and hit the like button and the subscribe button to make sure that you don't miss another jam-packed video. Now, the reason I started this channel is because I was a trader who lost $50,000 and recovered it into profitability and have gone on to make a significant amount above that. My goal is to make sure that you do not fall into the same pits that I fell into, that you do not make the same mistakes that I made. Okay. Now, if this sounds like something that you need, again, hit that subscribe button. So today we are talking about the trade of the day. Okay. The trade of the day was in Hood. Okay. We got the first day of the year. We started off extremely well, right? 100% on this trade. They call me Honey Bunny Sunny, and I'm on a mission to make you some money. That's where the honey bun comes from. A honey bun, for those who do not know, means a 100% trade. Look, you got to get used to the lingo if you're going to be hanging out with me, all right? So we're going to talk about how I made 100% in Hood, and then we're going to break down the different levels and what I see on the horizon. Today was an extremely wild day, right? There was a chance to get a honey bun to the upside and the downside on a lot of these stocks. Right? It's a Friday. It's the first day of the year. So I knew that there were going to be a lot of tricks and traps being thrown at us, but no worries. When you're in the Prosperity Collective, you're in good hands. So we took full advantage of it. I believe we went like 2 or 3 for 3 today to start the year out. And we got to a point now where there's so many great traders in the group that they're taking their own plays and they're getting, 190 something percent. They're getting, 200, they're getting double honey buns. You know what I mean? Like this is a normal thing, no matter what the market is throwing at us, because we have a strategy, because we have rules, we're able to navigate it. So I'm going to break down what I saw on Hood and what made me enter puts. All right, guys, so I have Hood pulled up right now and I'm looking at it on the 15-minute time frame. The 15-minute time frame is a really good time frame to use for intraday trading. Why? Because it tells you so much about what is to come and also what has happened in those first few 5-minute candles. Now, we know that the daily and the weekly are giving you a better depiction of what's to come in the following weeks and months, but the 15-minute can really let you know what's going on in the day. So typically when I am starting a trading day, I am allowing at least 30 minutes to go by so I can see how 2 15-minute candles close. Okay, today was a little bit different because I saw that there was a bearish order block that Hood was opening up into. Okay, Hood opened up into a bearish order block and it was already up. So typically coming off of a holiday, right? Typically on a Friday, this is when the highest probability of you getting trapped is, because they know that people are trying to make last minute moves. They know that people are trying to get out of plays. Institutions are getting out of plays. Institutions are also buying and preparing for the next week. There's so many things that are happening at this moment. So it's the perfect time for a liquidity sweep. It's the perfect time to have a rug pull or some sort of bearish or bullish trap. In this particular case, it was a bull trap. Hood started up, and as you can see on this big 3-down candle, it failed. When I saw that it was failing high of day, this was when we made the first entry. We saw 2 failures on the 5-minute. So this is the 15-minute, but we saw the failure on the 5-minute, took it, and we rode it down, right? Took profit at about 12% initially, but held on to runners and allowed it to come all the way down, right? It's reversed now, right? It's not as low as it was. It's what, about 0.19% down right now as I'm making this at about 8:49 Pacific. But right, we rode that down all the way from here to about here, and closed out with over 100% in profit, which I'll show on the screen. But this was a beautiful trade, as I always say. And again, typically I'm looking at the 15-minute for an orb, right? So the orb is the open range breakout for those who do not know. It's simply put, it's the first 15-minute candle and then a closure outside of that range. So if we get a 15-minute candle and a closure outside of the range of that high or low in the of that 15-minute candle, we take entry on the third candle or the next candle, and we ride it for a minimum of 10%. Now, you can watch for that third candle closing. I'm sorry, you can watch for that 15-minute candle closing in the second 15-minute candle by dropping down to the 5-minute. Okay, so yes, we want to see a closure of the second 15-minute candle above or below the range, but you can see what's going on the 5-minute, right? So when you drop down to that 5-minute, you can see if it indeed is forming some sort of reversal, right? You can also use it for that third candle, right? Because that's where you're usually going to take it to see if it's coming back to retest the orb in that first 5 minutes of that 15-minute candle. I hope this is sinking in for you. Okay, so if we have a 15-minute candle and then another 15-minute candle, right, which is typically what we're looking to see if it breaks the orb to the up or the downside, that third 15-minute candle where you'll be taking entry, you may not need to get into it immediately. You may want to wait until you get a closure of the 5-minute candle, because that 5-minute candle may show you that it came back down to retest the orb or go slightly above, below, and then come back up. And then you can enter knowing that the remainder of the candle will probably fulfill its destination, which is getting you that minimum of 10%. Okay, I hope that sinks in. If you guys have any questions, always be, feel free to ask the questions in the comment section. So we got the failure here. We took it, we wrote it down, and we got this beautiful trade. So many people in the Prosperity Collective caught this. I'm proud of you all for starting the year off strong. That's exactly what we wanted to do. I'm going to switch over to the daily to just give you guys a little idea of what may be to come. Okay, can't just leave y'all with the trade of the day. I got to show you what trade you could possibly take. So Hood has come down to this level of 110, right? About 110.42, 110.50, right? But it still has room to come down to about 108, right? So we could see that happen today. We could even see it come down to 101 if it breaks that 108 level. Right now, when I go to the weekly, it is in a bullish order block, so I wouldn't count on it to come too far down, but know that in this area here, right between where it is and about 102.29, this is where institutions are getting in. Right, this is a lot of institutional buying right here, smart money as we call it. So it is still in a weekly uptrend. Let me make this smaller so you can see it. It's still in a version of an uptrend, right? Whether you want to start the trend line here or you want to start the trend line here from the original creation of this bullish order block, right? So let's just go ahead and draw a trend line here on the weekly. We'll put the trend line here and we'll see next week how it obeys it. Right, this is going to give you the structure for next week to see whether you should be bullish or bearish. So we got two connecting points. That's how you draw a trend line. We're in the order block, right? That's two things. So we just got to wait to see how it ends the day today, right? If it ends it on maybe like a fail to down, or maybe like some sort of hammer candle, right? We get a push up here, then that could mean that Hood wants to go up all of next week. Right? Because we're looking at it on the weekly. The weekly is telling you the truth about the future, right? The daily is also telling you the truth, but it's not showing you as far out as the weekly is going to show you. Always keep that in mind. The further down that you go in the time frames, it's going to be a little less truth to it. It's just like the game of telephone. I say that all the time. So I got the trend line drawn here. Make sure you draw one on your chart as well. This order block, like I said, is here. So this could be the bounce area right here. All right. But again, all the way down to 102, you want to be watching for reversal signals to the upside. All right. But again, this is the last day of the week. So the likelihood of it coming down here this week on Friday, right? There's no more days after Friday, is pretty unlikely. So what I would do is just make sure that you're watching until the end of the day. Watch what it does in that last 10 minutes, because this may not be a bad opportunity to get into a longer term swing to the upside. All right. But we need to see it hold this trend line. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this off. So that's Hood, guys. Like I said, we had a really strong start to 2026, And I think this is going to be an unbelievable year for everybody that's, here tuning in on YouTube, and also everybody who has joined the membership of the Prosperity Collective. All right, listen, this is a great time to share. If you have not found a trading home, man, the Prosperity Collective is the only way. Here's one thing I will promise you. We're not going to upsell you into a mastermind. We're not going to try to, hold any information back. You can kind of tell by the amount of information that I'm volunteering here on YouTube. But what you will get is a community. You will get a family. You will get a group of like-minded individuals who like to just enjoy themselves and grow in so many other ways, right? Like today, we listen, TPC Chime, we was in there having a good old time, man. Starting off the day, 3 for 3. I mean, starting off the year 3 for 3, and we just in there cracking jokes, just having a good time. It ain't no bad vibes in there. It ain't no bad energy in there. It's just, man, I just really love what we creating. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. So listen, if you're looking for, again, a trading family, a trading home is what I like to call it, because we're not one of those fly-by-night groups. The link is in the description of this video and all videos that I've posted. Okay? Make sure you join, check it out. Oh, and remember, invest smart, live free. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.